I messed up by. Please say something. I stayed silent for a second, gripping my phone tighter. Ryan, what did you do? It wasn't supposed to happen, he said, his voice shaking. I didn't mean to get involved. They said it was easy money, just one job, but things went wrong. What job? I asked, already feeling something heavy settle in my chest. Please just come, he said. I'm at the police station. My heart dropped. Stay there. Don't say anything else. I'm coming. When I reached the station, I saw him sitting on a bench, his head down, hands trembling. The moment he saw me, he stood up. Bye. What happened? I asked, try to keep my voice steady. They're saying it's robbery, he whispered. But I didn't even touch anything. I was just there. A police officer stepped forward. You're his brother? Yes. He was found at the scene. That's enough for us. He's just a kid, I said. He doesn't know anything. The officer shrugged. Then he should have stayed away. I looked at Ryan. His eyes were full of fear. Bye. I can't go to jail, he said. I'll die in there. Those words hit me hard. I could already see his life falling apart. Is there any way? I paused and said it. If someone else confesses? The officer raised an eyebrow. You're willing to take responsibility? I didn't answer right away. I just looked at Ryan again. He looked broken. I don't, he said, but his voice didn't match his words. I took a deep breath. Yes, I said quietly. I'll take the blame. Ryan froze. What? I was there, I said firmly. Write my statement. Are you sure? The officer asked. Yes. Ryan grabbed my arm. Why are you doing this? Because you're my brother, I said, and you still have a life ahead of you. Tears filled his eyes. I don't deserve this. Then prove me right later, I said. Later that night, I went to see Aisha. She opened the door and smiled at first, but her expression changed when she saw my face. What's wrong? I need to tell you something, I said. We sat down, and I explained everything. She shook her head again and again. No, you can't do this. I already did, I said. You're lying, she whispered. Tell me you're lying. I confessed, I said. She stood up. Why would you do that? That's not your crime. It's Ryan's, I said, and he won't survive prison. And you will, she snapped. You think you're stronger? I have to be, I said quietly. She walked closer, tears in her eyes. What about us? I'll come back, I said. It won't be forever. You don't know that, she said. Cases like this, they take years. I'll come back, I repeated. She grabbed my shirt. Don't go. We can find another way. There is no other way, I said. This is already done. She broke down, crying against my chest. I'll wait for you, she whispered. I held her tightly. That's all I need. The next few days felt unreal. Paperwork, questions, cold stares. Everything moved fast, like my life was being pulled away from me. On the day I was taken in, Ryan stood in front of me, unable to look at me. I'm sorry, he said. Don't say sorry, I replied. Just fix your life. I will, he said. I promise. You better, I said, because I'm giving up everything for you. He nodded, tears falling silently. Aisha came too. She held my hand through the bars. Stay strong, she said. I will, I replied. I'll be here, she added, no matter how long it takes. I smiled faintly. I believe you. And the guard pulled me away. The first night in jail was the hardest. I sat on the cold floor, staring at the wall. Everything felt heavy. I did the right thing, I whispered to myself. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Every night, I thought about Ryan. He must be doing better now, I told myself. Every morning, I thought about Aisha. She's waiting for me. Those thoughts kept me alive. One day, another inmate asked me, why are you here? I made a choice, I said. Was it worth it? He asked. I didn't answer, because deep down I didn't know. Years passed slowly. I lost track of time. Birthdays, festivals, everything blurred together. But one thing stayed clear in my mind. I'll go back, I told myself again and again. And everything will be okay. I held on to that belief like it was the only thing keeping me breathing. Ryan would fix his life. Aisha would wait for me. My sacrifice would mean something. It had to mean something. Because if it didn't, then I had lost everything for nothing. The gate opened with a loud metallic sound, and for a moment, I just stood there. Go, the guard said. You're free. Free. The word felt strange. I stepped out slowly, squinting at the sunlight. This is it, I whispered to myself. I made it back. I looked around, searching for familiar faces. Then I saw him. Ryan, I said, walking toward him. He hesitated before moving. Bye, you're finally back. He hugged me, but it felt stiff like something was missing. You okay? I asked, pulling back. Yeah, he said quickly, avoiding my eyes. I'm good. I frowned. You don't sound good. I'm just nervous, he replied. It's been a long time. It has, I said. But we're here now. He nodded, but his silence felt heavy. Where's Aisha? I asked. He paused. You'll see her, he said. Let's go first. Something about his tone made my chest tighten. Ryan, what's going on? Nothing, he said quickly. You're just overthinking. I forced a small smile. Maybe. The ride was quiet. Too quiet. I kept looking at him, waiting for him to say something, anything, but he didn't. Say something, I finally said. You used to talk nonstop. He let out a dry laugh. People change. Yeah, I said slowly. I guess they do. When we reached the street, I knew so well. My heart started beating faster. Stop here, I said. I'll go see her first. You sure, he asked. Yes. He nodded. Okay. I walked to her door, my hands shaking slightly. I knocked once. The door opened. Aisha, I said, smiling. She froze. You're back. I told you I would, I said. She didn't smile. Yeah, you did. I stepped closer. Aren't you going to hug me? She hesitated, then gave me a quick, distant hug. It felt wrong. You okay? I asked. She stepped back. We need to talk. Those words hit harder than anything I heard in prison. Talk, I repeated. Come inside, she said. I walked in looking around. Everything looked the same, but it didn't feel the same. What's going on? I asked. She took a deep breath. I didn't know how to say this. Say what? I asked, my voice tightening. I moved on, she said. I blinked. Moved on. Yes. I swallowed hard. Emotionally? She didn't answer right away. Aisha, I said. Look at me. She raised her eyes slowly. Not just emotionally. My chest felt like it was collapsing. What do you mean? I'm with someone, she said. I took a step back. Who? She didn't speak. Who? I repeated, louder this time. The door behind me opened. I turned. Ryan stood there. For a second, everything went silent. No, I whispered. No, this isn't real. Bye, he started. Don't, I snapped. Don't call me that right now. I looked at Aisha. Tell me he's not the one. Tears filled her eyes. I didn't plan this. That's not what I asked, I said. Tell me he's not the one. She stayed silent. My hand started shaking. You both knew, I said. You both knew what I did. Ryan looked down. It wasn't like that. Then what was it like? I shouted. Explain it to me. You were gone, he said quietly. And I was there. That's your excuse. I asked. That I was in prison because of you? I didn't ask you to do that, he said. I laughed bitterly. You didn't stop me either. Bye, please. Stop calling me that. I shouted. Aisha stepped forward. Please don't make this harder. Harder? I repeated. You think this is hard for you? I was alone, she said. I thought you wouldn't come back. I told you I would, I said. People say things, she replied. Reality is different. So you replaced me? I asked. It just happened, she whispered. I shook my head. Nothing just happens. You made a choice. Silence filled the room. I gave up everything, I said quietly. My life, my future, for both of you. We didn't ask for that, Ryan said. You benefited from it, I replied. Don't pretend you didn't. Aisha started crying. I'm sorry. I looked at her tears and felt nothing. Sorry doesn't fix this. What do you want us to do? She asked. I took a deep breath. Nothing. Nothing. Ryan repeated. Yes, I said. You've already done enough. I turned toward the door. Where are you going? Aisha asked. Away, I said. From both of you. Please don't leave like this, she said. I stopped for a second, then said, already left me first. I walked out without looking back. The night felt colder than prison ever did. I sat alone on a bench, staring at the ground. They chose each other, I whispered. Over me. My chest hurt, but no tears came out. I waited, I said. I believed in them. But belief meant nothing now. That night, I understood something I didn't learn in prison. I didn't just lose years, I said quietly. I closed my eyes. I lost everything. This place is small, but it's yours, Amir said, dropping the keys into my hand. I looked around the cramped room. It's enough. You sure? He asked. You don't have to pretend with me. I'm not pretending, I said. I've lived in worse. He sighed. You shouldn't have had to. Yeah, I replied quietly. But I did. He leaned against the wall. You gave them everything. I stayed silent. Say it, he pushed. You sacrificed your life for them. And look where it got me, I said. He shook his head. No, don't twist it like that. You did something big. They just didn't deserve it. I laughed dryly. That doesn't change the result. So what now, he asked. I rebuild, I said. What else is there? And them? He asked carefully. I looked away. They don't exist to me. That's a lie, he said instantly. I clenched my jaw. I'm trying. That's different, he replied. Try means it still hurts. It does, I admitted. Every second. I sat on the edge of the bed. I keep hearing her voice. What does it say, he asked. I'll wait for you, I whispered. Amir didn't respond. And I keep seeing his face, I added. What does he say? Amir asked. I promise I'll fix my life, I said. Amir let out a breath. People break promises. I know, I said. But I believe them. That's not your fault, he said. It feels like it is, I replied. Like I was stupid. You weren't stupid, he said firmly. You were loyal. And loyalty made me a fool, I said. No, he said. Their betrayal made them small. I stayed quiet. You're still here, he continued. That means you still have chance. For what? I asked. To trust again? For yourself, he said. Start there. I nodded slowly. Maybe. Days passed, but my mind didn't move forward. Every small thing reminded me of them. One evening, I stood outside Ryan's place. What am I doing? I muttered, but I already knew. I knocked. He opened the door and froze. Bye. I told you not to call me that, I said. He stepped back. Come in. I'm not here to sit, I replied. I'm here for answers. He swallowed. About what? Don't act stupid, I said. Why? He looked down. I told you. No, I snapped. You gave me an excuse. I want the truth. He ran a hand through his hair. I don't know what you want me to say. I want you to explain how you took everything from me and still stand here like it's normal, I said. It's not normal, he said. Nothing about this is normal. Then why did you do it? I asked. He stayed silent. Say something. I pushed. You were gone, he said quietly. And I was there. I laughed bitterly. That again? It's the truth, he said. No, I said. That's the easy version of the truth. What do you mean? He asked. You were weak, I said. And she was lonely. That's what happened. He flinched. It wasn't like that. Then what was it? I asked. Love. He didn't answer. That's what I thought, I said. It just happened, he muttered. Stop saying that, I snapped. Nothing just happens. You chose it. He looked at me, his eyes tired. Maybe I did. Maybe, I repeated. You still can't even admit it. I'm trying, he said. You think this is easy for me? I stepped closer. Easy? You're living my life. I didn't steal your life, he said. You took the two people I trusted most, I replied. That is my life. He looked away. I didn't plan it. But you didn't stop it either, I said. Silence filled the room. You know what hurts the most? I asked. He didn't respond. It's not that you're with her, I said. It's that you're not even sorry in the way you should be. I am sorry, he said. No, I replied. You regret the situation, not the choice. He didn't argue. That told me everything. I took a step back. You didn't win anything. What? He asked. You think you got something out of this, I said. But you didn't. He frowned. What are you talking about? You got her because I was gone, I said. Not because you were better. He clenched his fists. That's not fair. Neither is what you did, I replied. I turned toward the door. Wait, he said. What now? I paused. Now. Yeah, he said. What happens now? I looked at him one last time. Now you live with what you did. And you? He asked. I live with what I learned, I said. What did you learn? He asked. I opened the door. That I didn't lose you. He looked confused. What? You lost me, I said. I walked out without waiting for a response. The air outside felt heavy, but something inside me felt clearer. It didn't take everything, I whispered, but the pain was still there. It didn't fade. It changed. It became colder, sharper, more controlled. I don't need revenge, I said to myself. But a part of me didn't believe that. because deep down, something inside me had already started to break. And whatever replaced it wasn't the same man anymore. I'm giving you one chance, Amir said, sliding the file across the table. Don't waste it. I looked at it. You trust me that much? I trust who you can become, he replied. Not who you were labeled as. I exhaled slowly. People don't forget labels. Then prove them wrong, he said. I picked up the file. What is it? Small project, he said. Start there. Build your way up. I nodded. All right. Say it, he added. Say what? That you're done being stuck, he said. I hesitated, then said I'm done being stuck. Good, he replied. Now act like it. The first day at work felt heavier than prison. Eyes follow me everywhere. That's him, someone whispered. The one who went inside, another voice said. I kept walking. Hey, my supervisor said. You're late. I'm 5 minutes early, I replied. He checked his watch, then shrugged. Don't make it a habit. I won't, I said. He looked at me carefully. You sure you can handle this? I've handled worse, I replied. He didn't argue. At lunch, a coworker sat across from me. So it's true? What do you think? I asked. He smirked. I think people don't go to prison for nothing. I think people talk without knowing anything, I said. He leaned back. Fair enough. I stood up. I'm here to work, not explain my past. As I walked away, I whispered to myself, I'm not the same man anymore. That sentence became my anchor. Days turned into weeks. I kept showing up. I kept working. You're improving, Amir said one evening. I have to, I replied. No, he said. You choose to. I looked at him. Same thing. It's not, he said. One is pressure. The other is growth. I thought about that. Maybe I'm finally choosing. Good, he said. Keep choosing. Rumors about Ryan and Aisha started reaching me. They fight a lot, Amir said casually one day. I don't care, I replied. Didn't say you did, he said. I stayed silent. I heard she doesn't trust him, he added. That's their problem, I said. Yeah, he replied. It is. But later that night, I found myself thinking about it. So this is what they built, I muttered. Doubt and regret. A week later, someone knocked on my door. I opened it. Aisha stood there. We need to talk, she said. I stepped aside. Say what you came to say. She walked in slowly. You look different. I'm different, I replied. She nodded. I can see that. Why are you here? I asked. She took a deep breath. I made a mistake. I leaned against the wall. That's not new information. I'm serious, she said. I chose wrong. I watched her face carefully. And now? I want to fix it, she said. Fix what? I asked. The past. Us, she said. I let out a quiet breath. There is no us. There can be, she insisted. No, I said calmly. There can't. She stepped closer. You loved me. I did, I replied. Her eyes filled with hope. Then, I don't anymore, I said. She froze. You don't mean that. I do, I said. I feel nothing. That's not possible, she whispered. It is, I replied. I thought it would hurt forever. And, she asked. And now it doesn't, I said. She shook her head. You're just pretending. I looked straight at her. I'm not. Silence filled the room. I was lonely, she said. I thought you wouldn't come back. I told you I would, I replied. I know, she said. I just didn't believe it. That's on you, I said. Tears rolled down her face. I regret it every day. That doesn't change anything, I said. Please, she whispered. Give me another chance. I walked to the door and opened it. I hope you find peace, I said. She stared at me. That's it, I replied. You're really letting me go? She asked. I paused. You let me go first. She didn't move. I'm not that man anymore, I added. The one who begged you to stay. Her voice broke. I don't recognize you. I barely recognize myself, I said. She wiped her tears slowly. So this is the end? It ended a long time ago, I replied. She walked out without another word. I closed the door gently. Then I stood there, staring at nothing. I should feel something, I whispered. But I didn't. No anger. No pain. No love. Just silence. And that silence scared me more than anything I felt before. But also made one thing clear. I'm not broken anymore, I said quietly. I took a deep breath. I'm rebuilt. You're quieter these days, Sarah said, placing a cup of tea in front of me. Am I? I asked. Yes, she replied, but not in a bad way. I picked up the cup. Maybe I've just stopped wasting words. She smiled slightly. Or maybe you've stopped wasting energy. Same thing, I said. She shook her head. Not really. I looked at her. What do you mean? Energy is deeper, she said. Words are just the surface. I leaned back. You sound like you've been through something. I have, she replied calmly. That's why I recognize it in you. In me? I asked. You're healing, she said. I let out a quiet breath. It doesn't feel like healing. It rarely does, she said. I nodded slowly. Maybe you're right. She studied my face. Do you still think about them? Sometimes, I admitted. And, she asked. It doesn't control me anymore, I said. That's progress, she replied. I guess, I said. She leaned forward. You deserve better, you know. I looked down at my cup. I'm starting to believe that. Good, she said. Because it's true. We sat in silence for a moment. You don't ask too many questions, I said. I don't need to, she replied. You answer them without speaking. I smiled faintly. That's new. It's honest, she said. Later that day, Amir called me. You heard? Heard what? I asked. About Ryan, he said. No, I replied. What happened? He lost his job, Amir said. Some issue at work. I stayed quiet. And that's not all, he added. What else? I asked. Things aren't good between him and Aisha, he said. I leaned against the wall. That's not surprising. I figured you'd say that, he replied. I don't feel anything about it, I said. You don't have to, he said. Just thought you should know. Thanks, I replied. That evening, I passed by their street without thinking. Voices echoed from inside. You lied to me, Aisha shouted. I didn't lie, Ryan replied. I just didn't tell you everything. That's the same thing, she snapped. I stopped walking. You're not the man I thought you were, she said. And you are, he shot back. You think you're perfect? At least I didn't build this on betrayal, she said. I clenched my jaw. You chose this too, he said. Don't act innocent. I regret it every day, she replied. Then leave, he said. Silence followed. I turned away. I don't belong here anymore, I muttered. Days passed, and my life kept moving forward. You're doing well, Amir said during a meeting. I'm trying, I replied. No, he said. You're succeeding. I shook my head. I still have a long way to go. Don't downplay it, he said. You've come far. Maybe, I said. Definitely, he replied. Later, I met Sarah again. You look lighter, she said. I feel lighter, I replied. That's good, she said. It is, I agreed. She tilted her head. What changed? I stopped looking back, I said. She smiled. That's powerful. I didn't do it alone, I said. You did the hardest part, she replied. You chose it. I nodded. Yeah. A few days later, there was a knock on my door. I opened it. Ryan stood there. Bye, he said. I stared at him. Why are you here? I need help, he said. I stayed silent. Please, he added. Just hear me out. I stepped aside. Talk. He walked in slowly, looking around. You've changed. Say what you came to say, I replied. He took a deep breath. I messed up again. That's not new, I said. I lost my job, he said. I heard, I replied. And things with Aisha, he paused. They're falling apart. I didn't respond. I don't know what to do, he said. I looked at him carefully. For a moment, I saw the same scared boy from years ago. Help me, he said. I felt something shift inside me. But I didn't move. I already gave you everything, I said quietly. He froze. What? My time, I continued. My future. My life. I know, he said. And I'm sorry. Sorry doesn't fix patterns, I replied. I'm trying to change, he said. Are you? I asked. Yes, he insisted. Or are you just desperate? I said. He looked down. Maybe both. I nodded slowly. At least you're honest. Then help me, he said again. I shook my head. No. His eyes widened. No. I'm not your solution anymore, I said. Bye, please. Don't call me that, I said calmly. He swallowed. I don't have anyone else. You had me, I replied. And you lost that. Silence filled the room. I didn't think it would end like this, he said. Neither did I replied. He looked at me, his voice breaking. So that's it. That's reality, I said. He stood there for a moment, then nodded slowly. I understand, he said. I didn't respond. He turned and walked to the door. Before leaving, he paused. I wish I could go back. You can't, I said. He left. I closed the door quietly. This isn't revenge, I whispered to myself. It wasn't about hurting him. It was about not saving him again. This is just the truth, I said. And for the first time, I didn't feel guilty about it. Have you heard from them? Amir asked, leaning back in his chair. No, I said, and I don't plan to. He studied me. Not even curious? I used to be, I replied. Not anymore. He nodded slowly. That means you're finally free. Maybe, I said, or maybe I just got tired of caring. A few days later, I saw Ryan sitting alone outside a small cafe. He looked different, tired, lost. He noticed me and stood up. Wait. I stopped, but didn't move closer. What do you want? Just a minute, he said. I sighed. Talk. He ran a hand through his hair. She left. I stayed silent. Aisha, he added. She's gone. I figured, I said. You knew, he asked. I could see where it was heading, I replied. He laughed weakly. She said, I chose wrong. I looked at him. And she walked away, he said. Just like that. I crossed my arms. That's what happens when something starts wrong. He nodded slowly. I guess this is karma. Maybe, I said. He looked at me, his eyes heavy. I lost everything. I didn't respond. My job, he continued. My reputation, even my peace. You had all of that once, I said. And you still made your choices. I know, he whispered. We stood there in silence for a moment. I keep thinking about that night, he said, when you took the blame. I looked away. There's no point thinking about it now. There is for me, he said, because that's where everything broke. I didn't answer. I ruined your life, he said, his voice cracking. I looked at him. For the first time, I saw no excuses in his eyes. Just regret. I ruined your life, he repeated, tears forming. I took a slow breath. I lost years, I said. But you lost yourself. He broke down, covering his face. I don't know who I am anymore. That's something you have to figure out, I said. I don't think I can, he replied. You can, I said, but not with shortcuts. He looked at me. Like the one I took. Yes, I said. I thought I could handle it, he said. I thought I could fill your place. You can't replace someone by betraying them, I replied. I see that now, he said. Too late? I said calmly. He nodded. Yeah, too late. Another silence. I don't expect forgiveness, he said. Good, I replied. Because I'm not offering it. He flinched, but didn't argue. I'm not angry anymore, I added. He looked surprised. You're not. No, I said. I just don't feel anything for you. That hurts more, he admitted. That's not my intention, I said. It's just the truth. He wiped his face. I wish I could go back. You've said that before, I replied. I mean it this time, he said. You probably meant it before too, I said. But meaning something doesn't change consequences. He nodded slowly. I hope you figure your life out, I said. You really mean that? He asked. Yes, I replied. But I won't be part of it. He looked down. I understand. I turned to leave. Bye, he said softly. I paused. I'm sorry, he said again. I didn't respond this time. I just walked away. Later that evening, there was another knock on my door. I opened it. Aisha stood there. I won't take much of your time, she said. You already took enough, I replied. She lowered her eyes. That's fair. What do you want? I asked. I just want to talk, she said. Talk, I said. She stepped inside slowly. I left him. I know, I replied. I realized something, she said. What? I asked. That I chose wrong, she said. I stayed quiet. I thought I could move on, she continued. But I never did. That's your problem, I said. I know, she said. But I want to fix it. There's nothing to fix, I replied. There is, she insisted. Us. I shook my head. No, please, she said. Can we start over? I looked at her for a long moment. Then I said, some doors don't reopen. Her eyes filled with tears. Not even a little. Not even a little, I replied. I loved you, she said. I know, I said. I still do, she added. I took a step back. That doesn't matter anymore. It matters to me, she said. It doesn't matter to me, I replied. She covered her mouth, trying not to cry. I waited for you, I said. You didn't wait for me. I was weak, she whispered. And that cost you everything, I said. She nodded slowly. Including you. Yes, I said. Silence filled the room. I don't deserve another chance, she said. No, I replied. You don't. She took a deep breath. I just wanted to hear you say it. Now you have, I said. She turned toward the door, then stopped. Are you happy? I thought for a moment. I'm at peace. She nodded. That's more than I have. She walked out. I closed the door gently. For a moment, I stood there, listening to the silence. I should feel something, I whispered. But I didn't. No anger. No sadness. Just clarity. And for the first time, I understood something important. I'm free, I said quietly. Not because they suffered, but because I no longer needed them. You're early, Sarah said as I walked into the cafe. I didn't want to be late, I replied. She smiled. That's new. A lot of things are new, I said, sitting across from her. She studied me. You've changed. I had to, I replied. She nodded. No, you chose to. I leaned back. Maybe that's the difference. It is, she said. Change forced on you breaks you. Change you choose builds you. I looked at her. You always say things like that. And you always listen, she replied. I didn't used to, I said. I know, she said softly. I let out a small breath. Back then, I thought loyalty meant giving everything. And now, she asked. Now I know it also means knowing when to stop, I said. She smiled slightly. That's growth. Feels more like survival, I replied. Sometimes they're the same, she said. I nodded. Yeah. She picked up her cup. Do you ever think about them? Less and less, I said. And when you do? She asked. I don't feel anything, I replied. She raised an eyebrow. Nothing at all? Nothing that controls me, I said. Just memories. That's healthy, she said. I wasn't always healthy, I replied. You are now, she said. I looked down at my hands. I worked for it. I know, she said. I saw it. I smiled faintly. You saw the worst parts too. And you didn't hide them, she said. I was tired of hiding, I replied. That's why you're here now, she said. Here? I asked. Stable, she replied. Grounded. I nodded slowly. I like that word. You earned it, she said. Later that day, Amir met me outside my office. Big man now, he joked. Not really, I said. You rebuilt everything, he replied. That counts. I rebuilt myself, I said. Everything else followed. He nodded. That's even better. We walked together for a bit. Any news? He asked. About what? I replied. You know what? He said. I paused. Ryan left the city. Amir stopped. Really? Yeah, I said. Trying to start over somewhere else. Good for him, he said. Maybe, I replied. And her? He asked. Aisha. I said. I haven't heard anything. That's probably for the best, he said. It is, I agreed. He looked at me carefully. You're okay with that? I am, I said. No anger, he asked. No, I replied. No regret, he added. I thought for a moment. No. He smiled. Then you've really moved on. I think I have, I said. That's rare, he said. Most people stay stuck. I was stuck, I replied. I just didn't stay there. He laughed. Fair enough. That evening, I walked home alone. The city felt different now. Or maybe I did. I made it, I whispered to myself. Not in a loud, proud way. In a quiet, certain way. When I reached my door, I paused. I remember the man who once stood here, broken and lost. I don't know you anymore, I said softly. And I meant it. Inside, my phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number. I heard you're doing well. I stared at it. I typed back, who is this? A reply came. It's me. I knew who it was without asking. I didn't respond. Another message appeared. I just wanted to say I'm sorry. I read it once. Then I deleted the conversation. I don't need this, I said quietly. The next day, I met Sarah again. You look lighter, she said. I feel lighter, I replied. What happened? She asked. I let go of the last piece, I said. She smiled. That's a big step. It is, I agreed. She leaned forward. So what now? I thought for a moment. Now I live. Just live, she asked. Yeah, I said. No past holding me back. No anger pushing me forward. That sounds peaceful, she said. It is, I replied. She looked at me carefully. And us. I met her eyes. Us. Yeah, she said. Where do we stand? I took a breath. I don't want to rush anything. I'm not asking you to, she said. I just want something real, I continued. No lies. No shortcuts. She nodded. I want that too. I'm not the man I used to be, I said. I know, she replied. That's why I'm still here. I smiled slightly. Then let's take it slow. She smiled back. Slow is good. We sat there in comfortable silence. This feels right, I said. It does, she agreed. As I walked home later, I thought about everything. The past. The pain. The betrayal. I survived it, I said. But more than that, I grew from it. I stopped for a moment, looking up at the sky. I used to think revenge would fix everything, I said. But it doesn't. Hurting them wouldn't give me my years back. It wouldn't heal me. Life handled them, I said quietly. And it did. Ryan lost his way before trying to find it again. Aisha lost what she thought she wanted. Their story ended in regret. Mine didn't. I'm still writing mine, I said. And this time I was in control. No sacrifices for people who wouldn't do the same. No blind loyalty. No self-destruction. Just me, I said. For the first time, that didn't feel lonely. It felt strong. It felt right. As I reached my door again, I smiled. I finally chose myself, I said. And that choice changed everything.